In a certain place down in the Far East, there was a dog who was a pleasant little beast. He always tried to do the right thing, and he wasn't a brat. He was friendly with everyone. Everyone except cats. One of the dog's favorite things to do whenever he was in the mood was to chase all of the cats, which to the cats was awful rude. He would ruin their property, and at times do them hurt. And the cats were very miserable, for he treated them like dirt. One day, the dog went on a trip alone. He carried with him a sack of yummy bones. But the dog didn't realize that he wasn't truly alone, for he was watched by two hungry dogs who wanted his bones. In a flash, the dogs leaped, which caught the dog by surprise. They jumped on him and beat him to steal his earned prize. They stole the dog's bones and laughed as they fled, away from the dog whom they left for dead. The poor dog was badly injured and was nearly half dead. He was scratched, he was bruised, and very dizzy in the head. He lay there all night, for his body he couldn't move. For every move was agony. What could he do? The next morning, one of his friends came along. He walked on the same road, singing a song. The poor dog called to him. He barked and he yelped, hoping that his friend would come over and help. But his friend turned around and walked on his way. "I'm too busy," said he. "I'm attending a dog show today. If I stop and help you, I will surely be late." And the poor dog was shocked that his friend left him in that state. Then another friend walked by, like she was on top of the world, for she was on her way to have her hair curled. The poor dog called to her with all of his might, but his other friend was frightened by the terrible sight. She dashed in a hurry right back in her tracks. She said she'd bring help if she happens to come back. But no one came back, not for many hours. The poor dog was left there without any power. The poor dog felt sad. Tears filled his eyes. If no one would help, he would eventually die. His wounds got worse. The sun made him dry. Would there be any help? Who'd be willing to try? Then, a set of paws were walking on the way. Who would be coming at this time of day? It was a cat who came from her town. She was looking for a place where no dogs were found. Once the cat saw the dog, she got scared and was going to leave, but noticed the dog didn't move and seemed to be grieved. The cat understood that the poor dog was hurt, but this was the dog who would treat her like dirt. She remembered the cruel things he would do to her. Should she help, or should she run? Her mind was a blur. Then the cat remembered what Jesus would do, so she said with a smile, "I can do it too." The cat went over to the helpless canine and bound up his wounds very neatly and fine. But he knew not what to think, for he knew who she was. "She's going to kill me," he thought. But she said, "Fear not, because my Jesus loves you as he does me. He calls us to love each other, and that's what I'm showing to thee." She wrapped all his wounds and grabbed from her purse a cup of cold water to quench the dog's thirst. She then went and led him to a warm and safe place, as they walked together at a slow and steady pace. Though his pain still hurt and the walk was not fun, still the dog was thankful for what the cat had done. They arrived at the place, and to the cat's surprise, a group of dogs were watching her with wide open eyes. "What's going on?" they wondered, "and why is she here?" But their questions were answered as their dog friend drew near. They stayed at the place and she took care of him. The others were confounded and thought their eyes were dim. When it came time for the cat to be on her way, she paid the dog's doctor bill with some money she had for the day. "Take care of our friend," she said, "and whatever more you pay for him, I will repay you when I come back again." As the cat then started to walk away, the poor dog called to her for a moment to stay. He said, "Thank you so much for what you did for me." She smiled and said, "That's how Jesus wants us to be."